Welcome back, mate. Fourth time's the charm, and here's your fourth time through hint. Don't worry too much if you don't get a path right first time and you fall off track. Eamon will still have a tidy little nervous breakdown, that's always fun, and you can change what happens in those breakdowns by getting Peter Clement drunk, angry, or both. So even if you fuck up the main treasure hunt, there's still new stuff to see and fun to be had. Because it's my DLC, and I told them to spoil you rotten with content. And I have compromising photographs of the developers. Off you go.
And we'll be back on the estate tomorrow night when Karen, Sharon's half-sister, is also Barry's long-lost brother, and Harry comes face to face with the devastating loss of his hairline. That's The Estate tomorrow at 8:30. But before we go live to Eamon and the gang, there's just time to look forward to what's coming up later tonight on Channel 1. At 9:30, we have an in-depth documentary about the downfall of Jacob Hamilton Mann, which forced this year's early election. That's The Night Visitor at 9:30, poorly narrated by Patrick Bannon. At 10:30, Adrian Atkinson Blimey is here for an episode of Incisors, where he sinks his teeth into the current cost of living crisis by interviewing a multimillionaire, a nurse, and a bin man to see who is suffering the worst. Here's a clue. It's not the millionaire. At 11:30, fasten your seatbelts as it's time for Wayne de Spirit Whistle to lead another terrifying exploration in Live and Spooky. And tonight, they'll be asking if the old brewery in Arsminster is...
Yeah, I realise that, Eric. But my family have made it clear to me that my episodes are embarrassing for them. So I suggest we stick to the script so I don't have to face the ire of all four of my brothers. Or worse, my sister. Nothing more important than family, Eric. Maybe one day you'll realise that. You can never persuade a lady to let you cuff your muck up her. Yep, standing by. Good evening, I'm Eamon Titley. Behind me is a true TV legend, and now running for Prime Minister. Everyone's handiest man, Peter Clement. Now, Peter thinks he's been brought here tonight to film a special reunion episode of Just the Job. But, as always, viewers, you know better.
10 seconds. Laces.
It's time. Let's start the show.
In 5, 4, 3...
Just that job. Just that job. Just that job. Just.
When the skies are cloudy on a Friday afternoon, I've got just that job.
Just that job.
When it's all so cloudy that it leaves you sad and gloomy, I've got just that job.
Just that job.
Lady, when your handyman turns out to be a hound, I'll come and do it my way. Well, there's no one else around. I'll take my time while you recline, and then skip right out of time. 'Cause that's just the job. Thank you, girls. Cracking stuff. Good evening, friends, and yes, it's true, and I can't really believe it myself. We are back with this special one-off reunion episode of Just the Job. And just to be clear, it is the show that you remember with me old sidekick, little Jimmy Chisel, some top tips on how to improve your DIY, and of course, some special surprise guests from Just the Job.
Dave's Family Planning Clinic. Dry and itchy or angry and weeping?
Beg your pardon?
Just passing the time.
Well, we don't have much time, so...
You'd be surprised, mate. We have all the time in the world, in a way.
Well, you might, but I'm on a bit of a tight... Oops, hang on, Dave. Stand by, Eamon.
Look at the
And go, Eamon.
Because you would be
Sorry, Dave.
surprised.
Back in a sec.
What's going on?
I'm going anyway.
It's you.
Yeah, it certainly is me.
You naughty fucker. Sorry,
Peter.
sorry. Frank, did you know about that? Look at that expression. You did, didn't you, you fucker?
Peter, You thought you were here tonight to record a special reunion episode of Just the Job.
I can't believe this.
But tonight, Peter Clement, these are the bits of your life. Come on, let's get you back to the studio. Fuck it.
Eamon, I can't bloody do bloody dance with you about all the way along. You.
They're all this way, Peter. Mind your step there now.
Bloody hell. I can't believe it. Honestly, I'm a huge fan of your show. I think it's incredible. I never believed it.
I'm back. Oh, it's colder than ever.
None stare out here.
That was weird. Anyway, just a quick call to say...
Make sure I call the guests in the right order or Raymond has a wig out.
well, not the words I would have picked, but basically, yeah. That's it.
Show's in safe hands, mate.
Evidently. Oh, there's...
Eamon, bye.
Yeah, bye.
That freaked him out.
Just look it up. Have you vote? So, Eamon, how long have you been planning this? Eamon, how long have you been planning? Eamon?
Peter Gordon Clement, you were born October 10th, 1923, in the northern town of Rotherham, to Fanny and Martin Clement.
Told me up.
That's right. They got up at the crack of dawn to make the trip all the way down to the capital by coach. It's your infamous old mam and her long-suffering husband, Fanny and Martin Clement. You're not them.
It's Jim.
Right, yeah. Let's get you sat down. Lovely to have you both. Lovely to have you here. So tell us, what was life like for Peter growing up in the Clement house?
Well, obviously I wasn't there for it, Eamon.
So this part is something about a long-lost brother.
Oh yeah, we're good friends. And from what he said, I get the impression Peter was a bit of a bully.
How long has this been going on?
Sorry, mate. Touched a nerve there, have I?
You know how it is with me and our Sid.
Oh yeah, he's told me all about it. Have a good show.
Little Jimmy Chisel, everybody! In 1938, you were a 15-year-old at Rotherham Elementary, and already you had quite the reputation as a ladies' man. Who's this, Peter?
Ladies man, Peter Clement. With penis so small, you need space telescope to know if it even exists.
Oh, fuck off, Ivan.
It's your childhood sweetheart, Chelsea Ball.
No, it bloody isn't.
No, it bloody isn't. Some sort of rock and roll star.
This is Ivan Vodovich, Eamon, one of my oldest friends,
Chelsea.
Ivan,
let me ask you this. What do you think we could see in Peter way back then that could have predicted his path to household name and now aspiring Prime Minister?
You know, I listening before I come on your set, and I hear name Sydney, and I think I not heard his name in 25 years.
let's keep it that way, shall we, mate?
Oh, you two like good-nighted goat fight, always bleating and snapping at each other. And then one day, poof, he gone. And just like that. And never spoken of again.
And that's the way I like it, Eamon. Should we get the next guest out?
Wait, first we open Erkistani Special Reserve.
Not in the mood, mate.
Hey, you okay, my friend?
Sorry. Not your fault. Meet in the pub after.
Ivan
Vodovich.
Ivan Volodymyr, everybody.
Close enough.
Now, before we bring our next guest on, let's take a look at a classic clip from Just the Job. It's on that monitor there, Peter, if you'd like to take a look.
And that's about 2 minutes.
I'm going for a gander. Get my mind off things.
Came down while we were on air. How insensitive is that? I took Peter to one side while Jimmy did his solo spot Jim's things. I didn't want Peter to hear it, no one else. Anyway, what happened next? It's history.
Everything okay?
Is this some sort of fucking joke, Eric? Why would I want to be reminded of that?
I don't choose the plane. It's some bloke called Dave in the
Yet more anger.
Dave in the broadcast room.
That's me.
Right.
I remember that.
Can we reset, please?
Shit. I'm going to have to leave the country.
Piece of tat, no doubt rescued from a bin somewhere. You all right, PC? No.
Not really, LJ.
What's the matter? You look like you walked in on your parents.
Leave it, mate. Leave it. We just had a fax from the higher-ups. Those who know better. I thought I might read it out for the viewers at home.
What's going on?
Well, I know what you're thinking. A fax? How modern! Well, to whom it may concern, latest viewer feedback from test audience. Show and host feel tired and past their prime. Show and host, fuck's sake. Sidekick looks like he'd rather be somewhere else most of the time.
Fair point.
Bringing Frank on camera regularly has not improved engagement. The audience say, yeah, Frank.
Jesus, Pete, my mum watches this.
The guests are mostly unknown to the audience. Then don't cut our fucking budget. You pay peanuts, you get these fucking monkeys.
I'm doing my best.
Look, it's not your fault, Gnashing Norman, but to be fair, you're a one and done act.
I've got range.
Have you?
No, not really.
New segments seem desperate.
Should we really be reading this out?
Well, of course they're desperate. We've been doing this show since you prosperous assholes were just a bulge in your pool boy's trousers.
PC, think it through, mate.
Under the circumstances, the prudent option seems to be curtail the current season to a contractually obligated conclusion in 3 weeks.
What?
Frank?
Sorry, Jimmy. It's true, mate.
3 more shows?
Yeah.
And then we're done?
Yep.
How am I going to pay my bills?
No. I am not standing for this. You listen to me, you TV moguls. We're not standing for this. There are supposed to be...
We think Mayor found him.
Who?
Sidney, the brother.
So?
He lives in the capital about 10 minutes from the fucking studio.
I'm not aware of there being any brother in the script, Eric, so, I mean, what's the point of us...
Eamon, fuck the script. This is the type of TV that people remember. The type that wins TV Nation Awards.
TV Nation Awards? Oh, yeah, they're coming up, aren't they? Yeah, fuck it. Let's send Helen a taxi, just in case.
Already on it. 10 seconds, everybody. TV fucking Nation Awards. Going in 5, 4, 3...
Well, fantastic memories there from one of the nation's most beloved TV shows. Now, Just the Job had 2 successful runs, of course, from 58 to 64, and again from 1972 to 1976. And across many, many of those shows, there was always one man by your side. Oh, no, hang on, wait, he's been on already.
We didn't have much back then, but where there's a finger, there's fun, as they say at the confectioners.
Give me that woman. Son, it's your dad. The pricks have sent us on at the wrong ruddy time.
Yes, that's right. It's a man and a woman who need no introduction, but we're going to give them one anyway. It's your sidekick. No, look, it's clearly your parents. Well, you're certainly in a position to give us a unique insight into this bit of Peter's life. What are the differences, would you say, between the on-screen and off-screen versions of Peter Clement?
Not much. They're both feckless ingrates.
Martin Clement, you take that back. He's your own flesh and blood.
Shut up, woman. Blithering on with your nonsense.
Well, I think everybody thinks they know our Petey, but no one knows him like his mam does. I know him better than he knows his own foreskin, as they say at the bar mitzvah.
He was just about passable when he was younger. Not a patch on his brother, but you don't get two like that.
We're ever so proud of him. He's like the first cock of the spring, as the airmen say.
Well, apparently we have some archive, never-before-seen footage of you, Peter, with your mysterious brother, on the Just the Job set.
What is this, Eamon? Fucking ambush!
Oh, he's proper angry now.
All right, Pete. All right, our Sid. What brings you to the capital?
Had to hand deliver some contracts for Mr. Barrington. Thought I'd make the most of it and see the hottest show in town.
Oh, you flatter me.
It's that fellow at the Royal Grange, right?
Oh, you cheeky bugger. Where are you sat?
Oh, they're just going to slip us at the back, I think. We didn't have tickets.
At the back? Like fuck they will.
Oh, don't make a fuss out,
Frank, I want the best seats in the house for my two very special guests. This is my brother, and this is my brother, and this... Oh. Welcome.
Oh, God, I'm forgetting my manners. Peter, this is the lady I was telling you about.
The one that has you enamoured. I can see why.
I'm not afraid to say you're probably looking at Mrs. C.
Undoubtedly.
You seem close.
They were. Until he went to that capital and became one of you TV ponces.
Martin!
Abandoned his brother.
He abandoned me. He walked away.
Because of what you did, you sneaky little shite!
Well, as they say at the laundrette, the past is like a spunky jumper.
Jesus Horatio Grimlicker Christ! Will you shut up, woman, and let me speak?
Go on, then.
Well, with all your fussing, I forgot what I was going to say.
Fanny and Martin Clement, everybody.
Sorry, Louis.
In 1941, long before Just the Job ever aired, you, like so many men of your generation, were conscripted into the army to go to the continent to fight. And it was on those very battlefields that the strangest of friendships was born.
Don't worry, darling. We can still get this show on track.
Oh, Christ. I think we all know that voice. At the wrong time in the show, ladies and gentlemen, a woman with the power to destroy us all, Dorothy Hammerman!
Eric, I'm here.
Hello, Mrs. Hammerman.
You're very lucky you didn't call me even earlier. I'm having a very difficult day, so just be glad I've had time to calm down and be in a more personable mood. However, the organisation on this show is a farrago.
Yes, ma'am. It's Dave in the broadcast room. He's just fiddling with the machines.
However,
I wouldn't say fiddling, I'd say more like meddling.
carry on. Look here, take this and put it in there, shall we?
Yes, ma'am.
Shall we?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, are you okay?
Yeah, I just don't like talking about our Sid.
Well, I know you don't, but suck it up, because it might well make you Prime Minister. Okay, sweetie? Prime Minister. Okay, sweetie?
Let me ask you this. What's it like
The
being...
last time that I saw Sydney and Peter together was in 1960 at Peter's wedding. Well, Sydney was sat at the front, and I was just starting out at that time. We all were, but I knew I had to get an invite to new TV sensation Peter Clement's wedding of the year.
Well, hardly. It was a small chapel near Rothering.
Yes, well, everything was going fine until the reception when, between songs performed by that dreadful band you booked, the two of you could be heard screaming obscenities in the car park. Well, you came back in after a few minutes as if nothing had happened and grabbed Mrs. C and started dancing the lambada, if I remember correctly, which, as you know, darling...
You always do.
Yes, I always do, don't I? Well, Sydney drove off, and rumour has it that you never spoke again. Is that true?
Why are you telling everybody this?
Well, it's ratings, darling. Ratings. So, the question I have for you, Peter, is...
I usually ask the question.
What the hell were the two of you rowing about that night? Sorry, did you say something, Eamon?
It's just that I usually ask the question.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Well, what do you want to say?
No, actually, that was very good, yeah.
No, sorry, Dotty, viewers. But that conversation were private, and that's how I think it should stay.
Dorothy Hammerman!
You're famous. There is no private. Still, your funeral or election.
It wasn't only just the job that the nation invited into their hearts. Starting in 1977 and running every weeknight for almost 6 years, you brought your own inimitable Peter Clement style to your eponymously named late-night chat show, Petey. Let's take a look at that now.
And a couple of minutes back.
Same as before?
Any news?
We're still trying. It's 50-50. But he was hugely popular with the viewers. Loved in the country. One morning, I had Dorothy and Peter absolutely screaming at each other in their office. Even with the door shut.
Are you taking
Oh, he won't like that.
Are you really trying to piss me off now?
I don't choose. It's...
Yeah, I remember fucking Dave.
Can we reset everybody?
Are you going to be all right?
Yeah, I'll be fine. Just don't bring that fucking Polly on, or I'll burn the fucking studio down.
10 minutes of and blinding. Peter storms out, he slams the door. And Tim Hill, he was on the show that very night.
Our next guest, or should I say guests, are sure to be a bit of a handful. Expect the unexpected. From Tim Hill and Polly.
Oh, she's a bit protective.
Yeah, no problem. Grab a chair. Oh, sorry, I don't know what's happened. There's normally a table here.
Oh, don't worry about that. She likes it up close and personal.
I bet she does.
What's wrong, Paul? She says you should apologise for casting aspersions on her character.
Oh, right you are. Sorry, Polly.
She says you should apologise with a kiss.
Steady on, Paul. Careful, you little thing, you'll get me into trouble with Mrs. C.
She says she's not afraid of Mrs. C. I can't say that. But I can't. Oh, yes, you can. She says she's got nicer legs than Mrs. C and Anita.
Watch yourself, pal.
I told you we wouldn't like it.
Mrs. C is a very private person. I would thank you both to leave her out of this.
Got that, Paul?
Quiet, you lot.
She really is very sorry. She just wants to be loved.
Oh, for pity's sake. She likes that. Yeah, I can see she does. Yeah. Take it easy there, Polly.
Hey, it's not me. It's her. She must really like you.
Yeah. Watch it there, pal. Oh, hey, Dotty.
Just mark the cameras, darling.
Hey, that's my... No, stop.
And we must have touched a nerve there.
That's not the only bloody thing you touched.
What's that, Paul?
It better be a bloody apology. You can't just go around touching
say
people.
that.
What did she say?
I can't. Oh, yes, you can. She says, if that's your J. Johnny Johnson, she feels sorry for Mrs. C. Right.
Obviously, we've had to drop the signal there. So
How long until he gets here? Can we get him on last?
Cab traffic, it's hard to say. We may have to bump the song.
Ah, fuck the song. TV Nation Award.
TV Nation Award.
What can I do?
Go long into the next interview. The ratings are great. Yeah, we can overrun.
10 seconds, everybody.
Who's on next?
Fuck only knows. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Unforgettable stuff. But while you took all the credit, arguably someone else did all the work, didn't they now?
Well, I don't know about taking the credit, but I'm hoping to share in the trust.
With the fifth of the bits of your life, it's... Play the music! Ah, of course, that's Julie something.
it soon enough.
Let's take a seat, shall we? Lovely, lovely to have you here. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So, Petey ran for nearly 6 years. Tell me, what's your favourite memory from all those shows?
Well, my earliest memory of Peter was actually from the news. I was a precocious child in the 50s, 1957, was it, when you cycled the length of the country for charity? Can you believe you even did that?
Still got the dicky knees to prove it.
And then by the time that Petey was on, well, I was very busy with my legal career, so I rarely got the chance to see it. But I remember the one with the sexy ostrich, obviously. Everyone does.
I hate that clip. That man still makes me bloody angry.
But I think the thing about that show was that it demonstrated that Peter could talk to anyone, from royalty to roughnecks. Everyone has the best brought out of them by this man.
Well, let's hope that's true for you too.
Do I go?
Normally.
Miss Saltburn?
Salisbury.
Let's just go with Julie.
Julia.
Let's just go with Julie. So, what do you know about Peter's brother Sidney?
We have a brother.
We'll talk after.
How could you not mention your brother?
We will talk after.
Okay. We'll talk after. Okay. We'll talk after. Do I go now?
Jesus, Horatio, Tugger Christ, I'll do it. Julia Salisbury, everybody.
Time to pick the next guest, mate.
And so to last year, when you surprised the entire nation by announcing you were giving it all up to form your own political party. And because the final bits of your life are always about the future...
I remember you slipping me tongue in Gilliram back at your nan's house. Well, you reckoned it was your first kiss,
Well,
but me,
obviously that line's not going to work. Let's just bring her out here. I met her earlier. Her name's Edna Kate or something. Just play the music.
Petey! Oh, come
Yes, all right, take a seat now. Well, thank you so much for taking the time out from your campaign to... Oh, no, not that one. Do you think Peter Clement is a good fit for politics? No, don't need that one. So have you ever met Sidney Clement?
Of course I have, kiddo. Oh, those two, they were like that, inseparable. Oh, the amiable... Oh, what were it? The amiable rivals, that's what us girls called them. Oh, of course, you know, we'd all snogged at least one of them, but most of us had snogged them both. Oh, they used to get into right old ding-dongs over it. Oh, Petey, love, you really should speak to Sid again. He misses you.
He needs to apologise to me first for what he said about my wife at my wedding.
Look at us, love. Hey? We've both done a lot of time. I reckon we're over halfway. Please, don't let it be another 25 bloody years, sweetheart.
He'll never forgive me, Chelsea. Would you?
I'd forgive you anything, but I suppose I'm not a stupid, proud man.
We've been together for 25 years. He made me choose. So I chose.
Yeah, I know. And that's hard, but if you really think about it, that's a lot more choice than you gave him, isn't it?
Right, eating the cakes, everybody. Yeah, right, off you go that way, love. Fantastic. Well, we've got a bit of a treat for you, and for you. But first, let's take a look at the current Peter Clement. This is a bit of footage from you from the debate a few short weeks ago.
Every single study worldwide acknowledges that a society's most stable building block is the family.
Well, yes, obviously, we think that family is important too, but just, not in the way that you do.
We need to put in place policies that encourage families to stay together.
Whose family?
I beg your pardon?
Your family, Jacob, with your estate and your nannies to wipe your ass?
Yes, nannies.
Or yours, Henry, where your children's education is factored into the budget?
But my parents were self-made.
Self-made millionaires, yeah, no, I get it. And if I came from families like yours, I'd probably feel the same way too, but I didn't. I didn't get piano lessons. Our neighbours didn't complain about us because we had piano lessons. They complained about us because we fought. We fought and we fought. My dad tore strips off us with his bare hands and his belt. And we deserved it because we fought too. And there were times... Doesn't matter. What I'm trying to say is that not all families should be encouraged to stay together. There are some cases where families should just simply be left to rot. And they're sticking two chubby fingers up to both of you for families first and families forever or whatever it may be, because they didn't stay together because they wanted to. They stayed together because they had to. Because the successive policies of both your governments meant do that or fucking starve.
Amazing footage there from the debate. Well, Peter, as you know, normally at this point in the show, we give the guests their picture frame and we roll end credits. But we're changing the format a little tonight and tearing up the script, which I have to say on this occasion actually feels quite thrilling, you know? Probably worthy of some sort of, I don't know, TV Nation Award or something, you know?
Get on with it.
Tonight, we're running over a little because we have a surprise 7th bit of your life. Hidden piece, if you like. You haven't seen him for 25 years.
Oh, fuck off!
Your brother, Sidney Clement!
All right, our Pete.
All right, our Sid. Looks like we're going to have our chat then.
Aye, looks that way.
So, lads. Lads.
Shut up, Eamon.
Right.
Shut up, Eamon. So, what have you been up to?
Solicitor stuff, you know. You?
This sort of thing mostly? Running for Prime Minister?
Saw that. Good luck.
Mam's backstage with him.
Oh, aye, that's good.
For God's sake, talk to each other. What did you say to him at the reception?
I made a prediction, that's all.
You called my word into question, and you insulted me and you insulted my wife.
Maybe you should have thought of that before you stole her from me.
It was her choice. It was always that way. Always their choice. We agreed.
As children, maybe. Not as adults. Not as men.
It was her choice, our Sid.
I know. And I never should have said what I said.
Bloody awful prediction. What was it? A month? It'll be 25 years this anniversary.
Aye, well, she's quite the woman.
Aye. She is that.
Oh, it's so strange. Quarter of an hour ago, I was sat at home, watching this show, watching that clip of me introducing you two, and I thought, I wish they'd had the camera on her face. Because as soon as she set eyes on you, I knew I was gone. And it's taken me a long time to come to terms with that. What you have that I don't.
It's just the job. Celebrity, it makes you sort of sparkle. I don't understand it, but it's true, nonetheless.
I really loved her, Pete.
I know. And I am sorry, Sid. And it's taken me a long time to understand that, too.
Peter, these are all the bits of your life.
TV fucking Nation Awards! TV Nation Awards!
Do you ever feel like you're running in circles? Do you feel like every month costs more? You're not alone. Over the last year, more and more people have been looking to Advance for answers.
Yeah, okay.
Petey, he's such a sweetie when he's on your TV. It's such a treat with all the warmth he brings. Coppers and kings, talking with him. It's a late night party. Petey.
A 1, 2, 3, 4. I've been living in a Dave New world with my hair all curly.
I've told you 1,000 times.